You pronounce right? Okay. Wow. When I started teaching, every class I run those like that. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's do warm up. Open the feet for the circle. One, two, three. Other foot. One, two, three. Change the direction. One, two, three. Put together. Hands on knees. Pay attention to this. One, two, three. And change the direction. One, two, three. Let's get the hands on the hips. Pay attention to the hips. One, two, three. Other direction. One, two, three. Let's get the elbows up. Pay attention to the back. One, two, three. Arms out. One, two, three. Let's work on shoulders. Pay attention, shoulders. One, two, three. And change the direction. One, and two, three. Work on the elbows. Pay attention, elbows. One, and two, three. Change the direction. One, two, three. Work on the hands. Let's pay attention. One, and two, three. Change the direction. One, and two, three. Get the hands on the hips. Now we shake your head. One, and two, three. Other direction. One, two, three. Let's get the hands and arms up. Chin up, upper back, stretch it out. Let's go forward. Lower back, relax. Knees straight. Hands down, down, down. Lower back loosened up. Up, back, down. We do this again. Hands, arms up. Chin up. Upper back stretch. And looking up. Good. Let's go forward. Lower back relaxed. Knees straight. Hands down, down, down. Lower back loosened up. Up, back. Head, arms, tucked down. Let's do one more time. Head, hands, arms up. Chin up. Upper back stretching. Looking up. Feel taller. Head extension up. Wonderful. Let's go forward. Lower back relax. Knees straight. Hands down. 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 Lower back loosened up. Up, back, down. Good. Slowly up. Let's get the feet together. Hands on knees. We pay attention to this. 1 and 2, 3. Let's open feet. Hands in front. Back straight. Pay attention to this again. 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Hands down, down, down. And we should step here. Let's do the breathing. Open the feet. Back straight. Shoulders relax. Elbows relax. Hands relax. Feel hope relax. Pay attention. Breath in. And breath out. What? Hands palm upwards. Breath in. Hands down. Breath out. Hands palm upwards. Breath in. Hands down. Breath out. What? Open arms. Breath in. And breath out. What? Hands are lowered. Pay attention lowered. Breath in. And breath out. What? Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Too low. And breath out from breath in through lower tummy out. And breath out from lower tummy, contract lower. Breath in and breath out. Good tummy movement. Breath in, tummy out. And breath out from lower tummy, a contract. Do by yourself for 1 minute with tummy movement. Then let's do together. Breath in, tummy out, and breath out, from lower tummy, contract. Get the hands palm upwards, breath in. Still have tummy movement. Hands down, breath out. Hands palm upwards, breath in. Hands down and breath out. Hands palm upwards, breath in. Hands down and breath out. Open arms, breath in. And breath out. Let's get ready to practice meditation. Breath in. Shut it down. Elbow. Hands on loosen up, extend. Breath out. Breath in. Whole body loosen up, extend. And breath out. Let's practice the meditation. Hands front up. Breath in, meditate. Lower tummy to both shoulders. They still have tummy movement. Hands down, breath out from shoulders to elbows, hands knees bend down, sitting down. Contract lower tummy. Hands front up. In, meditate. Lower tummy to both shoulders. Tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbow, hand knees bend down, sitting down. Lower back relax. Contract lower tummy, sideway upward. Breath in, meditate. Lower tummy to both shoulders. And breath out from shoulders to elbows, hands. And breath in, meditate. Lower tummy to both shoulders. Tummy out. Hands down, breath out. Contract lower tummy. Get the penny sensations. And sideway upwards. In, meditate. Lower tummy to shoulders. Hands go forward. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands. In, meditate. Lower tummy to shoulders. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hand, hey, contact lower tummy, open arms, breath in, lower tummy to push. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, still to the tummy movement, contact. And second method, hands front up in meditate from feet front up, lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and check it. Hands front up in meditate, feet front up. Exhale from shoulders to elbows and a contact. And so upwards in meditate, feed the front up. Exhale from shoulders to elbows and contact. And so upwards in meditate, feed the front up to shoulders. And go forward. Exhale from shoulders, elbows, hands, contact. You meditate, feed from elbow to shoulders. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, contact. Good. You meditate, feed from elbow to shoulders. So hand down, exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, contact over down. Hand palm upward, breath in. So hand down, and breath out, contact. Hand palm upward, breath in. So hands down and breath out. Contact over down. Open arms, breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Let's practice all this technique. Movement breathing meditation will emphasize tummy movement with breath. Let's pay attention. Breath in, tummy out. Breath out, contact. Hand front up in meditate. Lower tummy to push. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, contact. Right hand back up in meditate. Lower tummy to shoulders, a tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, contact. Left hand back up. Breath in, meditate, lower tummy to shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, contact. In, meditate, lower tummy to both shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, contact. In, meditate, lower tummy shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. Relax the movement. In, meditate, right foot to shoulders. Tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, contact. In, meditate, right foot to shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale into elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate, left foot to push. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra over tummy. You meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate, left foot to shoulders. Tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate, left foot to both shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. You right foot to shoulders. Not step out. Exhale into elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate, right foot to shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. You left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate, left foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. You right foot to shoulders. Lower tummy out. Exhale into elbows, hands, and chakra. Relax the movement. You meditate from right foot to shoulder. Get the tummy movement. Exhale to elbow, hand, lower tummy out. Left step out. You meditate. Left foot to shoulder. Lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbow, hand, and chakra lower. Right step out. You meditate. Right foot to both shoulders. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and chakra. Left step forward. You meditate. Left foot to both shoulders. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and chakra. Right step. You meditate. Right foot to shoulder. Lower tummy. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and chakra. Left step out. You meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and chakra over tummy. Left lip and down. Right step. You meditate. Right foot to shoulders. Lower tummy out. Good. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, and chakra. Left step forward. You meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders, elbows, hands, and chakra. Right step. You meditate. Right foot to both shoulders. Good. That's the movement. Left foot forward. Exhale to elbow, hand. You right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Continue to the tummy movement. You left foot to shoulder, lower tummy out. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. You right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. You meditate. Left foot to shoulder, and lower tummy out. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. You right foot to shoulders. Lower tummy. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra over tummy. Hands only. You left foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand, and chakra over tummy. Inhale, round for two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. In meditate, round for two shoulders. Lower tummy. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left for two shoulders. Tummy up. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chakra. In meditate, round for two shoulders one more time. Exhale to elbows, hands, contract. Inhale for two shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hands, contract. Slowly stand up. Inhale for two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, contract lower tummy. Inhale for two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, down to right foot, contract. In meditate, lower tummy, lovely both shoulders, lower tummy up. Exhale, down to left foot, shoulder up, hand. In lower tummy, to running both shoulders, lower tummy up. Exhale, down to right foot, shoulder up, hands, contract. In meditate, lower tummy, lovely both shoulders. Exhale, down to left foot, shoulders, elbow, hands, the contact. In meditate, lower tummy to running both shoulders. Exhale, down to left foot, shoulder, elbow, hands, a contact. Tummy. In meditate, lower tummy both shoulders. Tummy up. Exhale, down to left foot, to shoulder, elbow, hand, and check lower tummy. Get right. In meditate, lower tummy to running both shoulders. Exhale, down to right foot, shoulders, elbow, hand. In meditate, lower tummy, left both shoulders. Exhale, down to left foot, shoulders, elbow, hand. And check lower tummy, stand on left foot, in right foot, two shoulders, tummy up. Exhale to elbow hand, and check lower tummy, in right foot, two shoulders, tummy up. Exhale to elbows, hand, and check lower tummy. In meditate, left foot to both shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale to elbow hand, and check lower tummy. In left foot, two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, and do tummy movement. In meditate, right for two shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale to elbow, hands, and shoulder. In right for two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and shoulder. In meditate, right for two shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale to elbows, hands, and shoulder. In left for two shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand, and shoulder. In meditate, right foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hands, and lower tummy. Foot. In right for two shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and shoulder. In meditate, left foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, lower tummy, left foot. In left foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, a contact. Third step forward. In meditate, right foot to shoulder, lower tummy. Exhale from shoulders to elbow, hand, in left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and in right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, right foot to both shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands, 8. Control. In, flat for 2 shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hands, control. Left step forward. In, meditate, left for 2 shoulders, over time. Exhale from shoulders to elbow, hand, in, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand, control. In, left for 2 shoulders, over time. Exhale to elbows, hands. In, meditate, left foot shoulders, lower tummy out. Exhale from shoulders to elbow, hands. Wonderful. Do one more time. In, meditate, left foot shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chop. Right step. In, meditate, right foot shoulders. Coming out. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hand, in, left foot shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand, and chop. In, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In, meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chop. In, meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands, and chocolate over. Left step forward. In, meditate, left foot to both shoulders. Exhale from shoulders to elbow, hand, in, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In, meditate, left foot to exhale to elbows, hands. In, meditate, left foot to push. Exhale to elbows, hands. Leave left hand left side. In, meditate, left foot to push. Exhale to elbows, hands. And juggle over tummy, hands pump upward, breath in. Lower tummy out. Hands down, breath out. And juggle. Hands palm upwards, breath in. The hands down, breath out. And juggle. Over arms, breath in. And breath out, and juggle. Breath in, breath out, breath in, and breath out. Good. Breath in, and breath out. Good. Left foot to right foot. Now we continue. We practice the 103 left side action. And movement, breathing meditation. If you can do tummy movement by your own. Slowly open up. But pay attention. Breath in. And breath out. Right? Breath in. Breath out. Whole body lotion up extend. Let's hands in front. In, meditate. Lower tummy to push. Exhale into elbows, hands. In, meditate. Back foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. Left step forward. In, meditate. Left foot to push. Exhale from shoulders to elbows, hands. Right step. You meditate, flat for two shoulders, one hand three left side. So in the for two shoulders, exhale and two elbows, hands. You right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate, flat for two shoulders. Exhale and two elbows, hands. And single wave, here right for two shoulders. Exhale and two elbows, hands. You meditate, left for two shoulders. Left step out. Exhale and two elbow hands. Lift your hands up. In left for two shoulders. Exhale and two elbows, hands. In right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In right for two shoulders. Remember, get elbow out. Exhale, two elbow hands. Stand and right foot. In left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow hands. Right hand down. You meditate. Left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. And keep the head straight up. You meditate. Right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow hands. Standing right foot, left foot forward. You meditate, left foot two shoulders. Left step out. Exhale, two elbow hands. You left foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow hands. You right foot two shoulders. Right step out. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. You meditate, right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You left for two shoulders. Left step out. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. Let's do it again. You meditate, right for two. Exhale, lower tummy, left foot. Lower tummy, shoulder, elbow, hand. Personally, one more time. You left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. Here, meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Left step out. Exhale, two elbow, hand. Right hand to shoulders. Here, meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. Carry toggle routine. Mountain, in left foot to shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Left hand back up. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. You meditate, left foot to shoulders. Good. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate, right foot to both shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate, right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate, left foot two shoulders. First hand elbow, exhale, two elbow, hands. Stand left foot, in right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Step back, repose monkey, in left foot to shoulders. Left step back, exhale, two elbow, hands. One. You right foot two shoulders. Right step back. Exhale, two elbow, hands. Two. You left foot two shoulders. Left step back. Exhale, two elbow, hands. Three. Remember, get elbow out. In right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Right foot back to check. Turn. Stand left foot. In right foot two shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. In right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow, hands. In right foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow, hands. Standing on right foot. Left foot touch it. In left foot two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow, hands. You meditate. Left foot to push. Left step forward. Exhale, two elbows, hands. You meditate. Left foot to push. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, left for two shoulders, left step out. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left to shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Left hand to push forward. Turn up the palm, up in, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. In, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Right step forward. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow hands. In, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, meditate, right for two shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. In, meditate, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Left step out. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. Wave the hands like clouds. In, left for two shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. One. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. And keep knees bend down. Make knees strong. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Two. In, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Three. Standing right foot. In, left for two shoulders. Left step out. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Stand on right foot. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, left for two shoulders. Left step out. Exhale, two elbow, hands. Stand on left. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow, hand, the lower tummy right foot. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow, hand, lower tummy right. In, left for two shoulders. Ready? Turn. Exhale, two elbow, hand. We stand on right foot. Good. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hand, lower tummy left foot. Pull your lovely up. In, left for two shoulders. Right hand single down. Exhale, two elbow, hand. In, left for two shoulders. Left for two. Exhale, two elbow, hand. Wonderful. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Right step. Exhale, and two elbows, hands. Lower palms. In, right for two shoulders. Left step. It's exhale, two elbow, hand. Right hand. Lower palms. In, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbow, hand. We stand left. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hand. Push your hand. It's in, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, right for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Right hand upon chair. Exhale, two elbows, hands. In, meditate, left for two shoulders. Exhale, two elbows, hands. Cross arms. In, right for two shoulders. Kick right foot. Exhale, two elbow, hands. Pigeon tiger. In, right for two shoulders. Put the foot down. Exhale, two elbow, hands. Stand in right foot. Left step. It's inhale for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hands. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hands. Over tummy. Foot in right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hands. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hands. Over tummy. In left for 2 shoulders. Ready? Turn, exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. Another kick. Cross arms, in right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hand. Kick it on. In right for 2 shoulders. Step forward and punch it. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. You meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. You meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hands. In 2 for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand, left hand. In right for 2 shoulders. Right step out. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. Turn up the palm. In left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hands. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hands. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hands. Down, loosening your hip. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hands. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hand. In left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hand. Stand up. Right step forward. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. We stand up. Left step forward. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and from shoulders, 2 elbows, hand, right step. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Act like peacock's tail. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. Left step forward. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. Right step forward. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. In meditate, right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. And left hip side. Exhale, 2 elbow, hand. 4 triangles. In left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. Left step. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbow, hand. 1. In meditate, left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. Right step out. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, 2 elbows, hand. In right for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. Left step out. In left for 2 shoulders. Exhale, and 2 elbows, hand. In meditate, left foot to push. Exhale into elbow hand. Stand left foot, right step out. In meditate, right foot to exhale to elbows, hands. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. Left step forward. In meditate, left foot to push. Exhale into elbows, hands. Right step out. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow hand. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Here, meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Here, meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand, stand and right. In left foot to shoulders. Left foot, left hip side, toes forward. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. One. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Two. One more time. Here, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Here, meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, we're standing right foot. Here, left foot to shoulders. Left step out. Exhale to elbows, hand. Push it down. Here, left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hand. Slowly stand up. You meditate. Lower tummy to right knee, both shoulders. Exhale down to right foot, shoulder up, hand. In meditate. Lower tummy, lovely both shoulders. Step back with both. Exhale, left foot, push shoulder up, hand. One. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to up, hand. Two. Here, meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Three. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Left foot toes down. Turn. Right step forward. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hand. Remember, elbow out. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Stand under. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Little at the bottom. Three. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Here, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Here, meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Palm, push it. Turn left the palm up. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, left foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate. Left foot to both shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Right step out. In meditate. Right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hands. In meditate. Left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Here, meditate. Left foot to shoulder. Left step out. Exhale to elbow, hand. Wave the hand out. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Here, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. Here, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. 2 more times. Here, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hand. in right foot to shoulders. Exhale to up hands. One more time. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to up hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to up hands. We're standing right foot in left foot to shoulders. Left step out. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Touch it. Exhale to elbow, hands. In left foot to shoulder, left step. Exhale to up hands, left. In meditate, left foot to push. Use exhale to up hands, stand left foot. In right foot to shoulders, kick right foot. Exhale to up hands, left foot to foot. In right foot to shoulder, lower punch. Left step forward. Exhale to up hands, right hand. Good. In meditate, left foot to both shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. Right step forward. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to up and in left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulder. And left hip side toes forward. Exhale to up hands. Push it down. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to up hands. In meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. In left foot to shoulder. Ready? Turn. Exhale to elbow, hand. Good. Stand left foot. In meditate, right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. In 2 feet to shoulders. Exhale to elbow, hand. Keep them. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In right foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In meditate, left foot to shoulders. Exhale to elbows, hands. In left foot to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. In meditate, 2 feet to shoulders. Exhale into elbows, hands. Pay attention, lower tummy, hands palm upwards. Breath. Hands down. Breath out. Open arms, breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Left foot. Shift step. Okay, very good. Breathing with tummy movement. If you're ready to breathing with tummy movement, then we need to change the movement. How to change it? Your movement follow the breathing. Your breathing not finished, your movement still moving. Your breathing finished, your movement finished. We have a standard to say, breath in. We movement here finished, with up here we breathing finished. This gradually can feel, oh, my movement get more slow because your movement follow the breathing there. That is a relationship. Movement, breathing, have to working together. At this moment, you just try your movement follow the breathing. If we do tummy movement with the breathing. Okay? Now, let down have movement, breathing, meditation have some kind of relationship. We take that later. Okay? Okay, today we'll stop here. Sideways, 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 turning, lower tongue, small back, arms, shoulders, lower tongue, small back. Good. And shake arms. You know, only this class we did the tummy movement with the breathing. All other class didn't do that. Even started the advanced class didn't do that. Yeah. Okay. Let's get vibration. Side hip, center, up down, side, center, up down, side, good, center, up down, side, sit arms, turning, back straight, head straight up, hollow, good. I will stop here. Hands palm upwards, breath in, hands down, breath out. Open arms, breath in, breath out. Yeah, finish today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Sandy. Yeah.
See you Saturday. Yeah. Okay.